Hello everyone and welcome back to the Belgian Beer Brothers channel. Cedric here in Antwerp with yet another brew review. Today is the second brew review of number 21 in our advent calendars. So, moving on to Mr. Hop's Space Beer case. Let's dive right in. I'm very curious because many of these advent calendars have a trend of making their beers a bit more exclusive or special towards the end, and I never know when they're gonna start. Van Steenbergen, for example, we've been waiting for a long time to get a bit special. Mr. Hop, I feel like they're teasing us. They give us something, well, they're all quite special, but they give us something bordering plain, and then they go very special, quite special, very special. So they are constantly teasing. Oh, well, these cans are unmistakably recognizable. This is Jopen, named after a very old brewery, but it is not the old brewery. They brought it back in 1994 in Haarlem, but they are named after a brewery from the late 19th century, I believe, that had a big part in Dutch or Brabant or Lowland beer history. Made in Holland. Out of Darkness, American Barley Wine. Okay, I'm very interested now because barley wines are something that we used to have. We had like wine and then brandewijn, or well, fire wine, burning wine, but that was just quite strong. And then barley wine, gerstewijn, were just strong beers with the alcohol percentage of wine. So, American Barley Wine 10% with caramel and ripe fruit. Okay, the end of hibernation is triggered by the warming flavors of this barley wine. You can't miss the bold caramel character. It's a lot more hop forward than the traditional English style. A full-bodied and strong beer with ripe tropical fruit through every sip and a citrusy backbone. Now, Jopen is known to experiment with hops, so I believe it when they put this on a can. This is not just any Dutch craft beer you're holding right now. Beat boring, that's our motto, meaning that everything we brew is abnormally delicious and definitely different, a contrast to the common. But only you can be the judge, so open up and let the tasty times roll. Yeah, maybe a bit cocky, yeah. But we'll see. There's nothing wrong with being cocky as long as you can put your money where your mouth is. Ingredients: water, rye, sugar, hops, and yeast. I think this is the first or second beer of this Advent period with rye, and most of the time I like beers with rye, so... Okay. Let's have a taste. Forgot that I already had a glass. Nonetheless, first off, a very nice carbonation, beautiful effervescence, nice purling going on there, nice size of bubbles as well, beautiful color. You often see red rye IPAs or red beers with rye, and that is because rye is naturally a bit reddish. So, but this is a beautiful color, nice beige foam, nice thick, creamy, soft foam. Oh, very aromatic. See, and that's what I meant with experimenting and probably what they mean when they say beat, what was it here? Beat boring and everything is abnormal and interesting and stuff. If I would smell this on a blind tasting, I would think this is an IPA. Now, probably you could call this a strong dark IPA, or because names aren't protected and you kind of choose what you call it, as long as it's within a certain reference guide. But I get quite a bit of caramel here. And it is indeed very fruity. Now, the first thing I thought about was this beer will probably be very red fruit forward, but it is quite citrusy as well. I get some tropical fruits, I get some citrus, I do get a tiny hint of berries, some pineapple even, which I absolutely did not expect in this beer. Oh, yeah, they're not lying with the American part. First off, lovely mouthfeel, nice carbonation, but because of the tiny bubbles, it is absolutely not not in a bad way. It is very pleasant. It is yeah, nice and tingly. Initial flavor, very complex. First we get a bit of fruitiness, and it is quite thick. It's not sticky, it is thick. It's not sugary, it is velvety, it is fluid, it is, yeah, very nice. It's like tropical fruit juice. But first things first, it gets a hint of caramel. It gets a bit fruity. It is indeed very hop forward. It is slightly warming, but again, just like with that stout from Van Steenbergen, I would not say this is a 10%er. I would guess this is like 7 or 8. But maybe I should recalibrate my palate, because I'm often under guessing these days. But flavor wise, yeah, very fruity in the initial flavor, very creamy, very smooth. So many flavors. It's a bit roasty, it's a bit chocolatey, it is a bit, it has a bit of pineapple, stone fruit, some classic IPA flavors like mango. No red fruit at all, actually. And now comes the booziness. So it warmed up a bit, it opened up a bit. Also, foam's gone, so it doesn't have anything to keep the oxygen out or the ethanol in. Yeah, absolutely very, very nice. Also a lovely aftertaste, because at some point in the aftertaste it becomes very creamy, very silky, and I get a bit of roasty flavors, a bit of chocolate. Actually, the fruit's all gone in the aftertaste, but all I'm left with is a very lovely malty, relatively strong aftertaste. Very, very pleasant again. I actually really like this, and I think I would be absolutely able to sell this for or to my IPA loving friends. We often laugh with our friends, the IPA snobs, but I think first off, thanks to John and Robert, I became an IPA snob a few weeks ago. But secondly, I think this is a perfect marriage, not to reference the mariage parfait, but I think this is a perfect marriage between the strong dark ales like the barley wines and such, and IPAs. Now, we have seen some 9 and 10% IPAs over the past few months, but I think this is a lovely beer that really marries those two things together. Again, let's not bicker about names or terms. Whether you want to call this a hop forward barley wine, or you want to call this a red rye IPA or strong IPA, or red rye triple IPA, whatever, I couldn't care less, but I really like the flavor and the aroma. I like the experience that this beer gives me, and I actually think that this is a complete bullseye putting this today, because this is very, very close to a modern Christmas beer. Yeah, absolutely lovely. So, scoring. Well, I have been very, very positive about this. And even though us Belgians laugh a lot with Dutch beer, I think we are at a point that we do admit, and we should admit, that Dutch breweries make decent beer, oftentimes even very good beers. And Jopen is one of those beers. And this is one of those. So I think I'm even going to give this a 4.25, because I was thinking 4, but then again, this beer is so original. A barley wine with those hop aromas, those flavors, yeah, that deserves a 4.25. Okay, so you guys be on the lookout for this beer. I personally endorse it. Unfortunately, I have no affiliate links or discount codes for you guys, because hashtag influencer and stuff. But no, really, be on the lookout. I would hope a chain like Albert Heijn picks up on this, because they do distribute Jopen to some extent. But maybe check their website. I'm gonna do the same thing, because I do have some tastings in January, and I would love to bring one of these. Okay, that all being said, all this positivity, let's get my Grinch on. No, for real, if you guys like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you feel in a giving mood, yeah, share this video or a video with some friends. I would love to hit 250 subscribers before the end of the year, and you know, there's a giveaway attached to that. If you guys want to see more, hit subscribe and the bell icon so you'll get notified whenever I upload something, which should be 3 more days of 2 brew reviews per day, then 7 days 1 per day, and then chill. So see you guys again tomorrow with 2 more brew reviews. Cheers, you guys.